about this weather. So it's been crazy pretty out, and it hasn't been in a long time. Came home today. I was gonna do a shoot today, but the model I was gonna take pictures of and my really close friend, she's got a cold, so we had to reschedule. I took that time to go see an advisor about a college situation. Come home and have some me time, and I'll explain kind of more what that means. But now that I'm thinking about it, it is really nice out. Why don't I just film this outside? Let's take a field trip. Coat. I now understand why they have stand-ins for shoots. So this is the great outdoors, and yes, I am using a straw. What's with the animals today? So I hope you can hear me. I'm not mic'd at all. April, really? I'm trying to have real talk here. So my backyard's really muddy because of all the rain. Hence the reason it's so nice out, but it's really muddy. So what took so long was the fact that one, my camera fell face first into the mud. I wanted to... Can you not? I feel like I have to yell in order to make up for the fact that I'm so far away from the camera because I had to keep it out of mud danger zone. I have been avoiding a decision on quite a substantial question of my life. Don't you love the great outdoors? Oh, now you stop? I'm gonna call this video a conversation with a crow. I got into Liberty and I got into Wilmington. Now, I still don't know which one I want to go to. And you're like, well, weren't you gonna go to Liberty anyway? And the answer is yeah, I was. And it didn't work out. If you haven't seen it, there's a video called Libertea, which is about the T on why I didn't go to Liberty. I will link it below. I toured Wilmington not too long ago, and I really loved it. Why don't you go there? Well, Liberty's like $35,000. I think UNC Wilmington, about 28,000, 25,000, somewhere in that bracket. So in the grand scheme of money, $10,000 isn't really that big of a difference when I'm already taking out a loan. You have to kind of picture it. If I'm going for about 3 years, well, 2.5 years, to get this film degree and be a part of this film program, how much are you going to get out of it? Are you going to spend more bang for your buck? So I know college and the future isn't all about money. It's all about that. I know it's about the program and how you feel towards something. With Wilmington, I loved the campus, and the program was very, I guess, watered down. No pun intended, because they are located near the beach. It's a lower caliber than Liberty. While Liberty is a Christian film school, I wouldn't just be doing Christian films, I don't believe. And the connections I would make would not just be in Christian film, but they'd be a part of, a truck. Kind of all just to say that if I'm gonna go anywhere for the program, Liberty's probably the better option. The thing that makes that so tough on me is that one, it didn't already work out, and I can't help but taking that as something. And two, I don't feel like I fit in the campus. And yes, I am Christian, but it feels so polished and no room for human error. I don't know how to explain it very well. It's not creative, it's not homey, and I don't know how I feel about that. I don't like that. But with Wilmington, I feel like it's okay to just be myself, which is more artsy and more adventurous and all these things. But then you don't get the Christian aspect, which is it's really hard to, if you're not already kind of in it, to get involved. And I have an interest in the Bible. I have an interest in Bible classes. I want to know about it. So I started having doubts about whether or not I want to do film school, if I want to do film, if I can make the movies, if all these thoughts, all these what ifs, all these things. And I was like, well, I've gotten really back into photography, which is A++, like that's great, that's where I want to be. I want to be loving my camera and carrying my camera with me everywhere I go, and people asking me, and if I don't have my camera, being like, darn, you know what, I really do need to bring that everywhere I go, and I have been bringing that everywhere I go. Like, today I was supposed to do a photo shoot, it didn't, it fell through, and there's a beautiful Japanese maple, some type of cherry blossom tree, this is why I brought this. Probably because you're drinking iced coffee. So I had it on me, and I work at a coffee shop, and the coffee shop has 3 locations. 2 are at the community colleges, and then one is at a permanent location here in the city I live in. They have a station at my community college, and all my friends work there. All the photographers that I shoot with also work there, and it's an amazing creative and even Christian environment. Kind of just so happens to work out that way. Today I was talking to them and stuff as they're doing shift change, and because I went to go see an advisor over this college issue, which I will explain in a minute. I had my camera on me, so I went outside to take pictures of this beautiful tree, and I park across, like, kind of far away from campus. It's across a bridge and like kind of through a little wooded area, and it's really pretty, and it's like all uphill, so it's the closest thing I can get to hiking. And I actually do that on purpose, so I kind of get that nice morning walk in, even if it is cold, just because I absolutely love it. So I passed this tree, and I was walking back to my car today, and I was like, you know what, I have to take pictures of this. I have to do it. I see it, I'm gonna take pictures. I have to do it today. It's Wednesday. I do photography on Wednesdays no matter what. That is my number one goal of the week. Wednesdays are photography day. Standing there for probably a good bit, and the two of the baristas, because they carpool from the shop, I was like, if I don't leave soon, I'm going to see them. And as soon as I turn around to get my backpack to go to my car, because I put my backpack down, they're driving past. One of the baristas, she was like, that tree was so pretty. Oh, it's Gabby. Like, they knew that, they didn't know that I would be there, but it just made sense that I was there taking pictures. Do you know what I mean? Like, it made sense that I was capturing that. It made sense that I had my camera in my hands. So then that got me thinking, well, what about photography? What if I took that route over film? One, because it's the easiest thing to do right now. It's at my disposal. I think I can probably make a living off of it. But is that really what I want to be doing forever? I love it. I think I'd be happy with it, but I know that there's more that I have to shoot for, not to just settle, because it might be easier right now. I'm concerned that the camera stopped. Okay, we're good. Anywho, so college issue, right? I am graduating this spring semester for the summer, and I will be done at my community college. I will have my Associate of Arts degree. I will be moving on. In the tracking bar progress, it says that I'm short a class. With the whole Liberty thing and not being told the number of credit hours I needed, this is a sensitive subject for me. I went to see an advisor twice before, like this past semester, fall semester, to see if the credits that I've had in through high school, like the AP classes and then the extra ones that I've taken, so they like roll over. Completing the classes and the requirements that I need in order to get my AA degree, in order to then transfer. I went to see an advisor today, and she told me I was fine. We're in the clear. We're good. We're set. We're in the clear. We're good. We're good. There was a poster in the advisor's office that said, "Why did you start in the first place?" Ooh, that's a question. I'm extremely observant of like the environments I'm in and all these things that kind of happened. That really took to me that I was like, well, this thing led me to this thing. Well, this whole kind of weird class issue led me to reading this and to thinking. I was like, well, why did I start film in the first place? Why do I want to go to film in the first place? I was like, I'm going to bring this up because I am going to talk about this. Why did I get this in 2013? Why is it in my head that this is something not to be a marker for life, but like that I need to do? I don't know, but it's there. It started because I love movies. I started because I want to learn, I want to know how to make a film. I want to share a story. I want to direct. It was just interesting to have that question because I was like, why did I start in the first place? Well, why don't I know which school I want? I'm certain about what they both have to offer, but why do I not know? I don't know the answer to that. If I had my way, it'd be a Christian Wilmington, the same degree film program. Smaller campus, smaller environment, artsy, and downtown Wilmington. Oh my gosh. If you've never been in North Carolina, or if you are in North Carolina and you've never been to Wilmington, go. It's magical. Well, I came home and I got on YouTube. I started watching like a Peter McKinnon video or something on me editing your photos or something, and I was like, oh, that looks kind of cool. I do photography, and I like him. I watched it and I was like, wow, it's really cool. Picked up some neat tricks and I'm like learning. I'm realizing them. I watched how he reacted to filmmaking techniques and tricks, and he's like blown away. He's like, I need to improve my filmmaking. Kind of doing this whole spiel, kind of like what I feel like internally all the time. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. That's so cool. And it was like this and this is a random video, like reamp of, holy crap, I need to be a part of that. One day, I'm gonna learn how to do that. I want to know how to do that. I'm going to come up with ideas that are going to blow people away. And it's not just in photography, because photography is one thing, and that's amazing. But when it comes to filmmaking, it's just this like incredible world that I just don't know of and I want to be a part of.
I like Snickers. They're pretty good. So why am I making a vlog? Well, I wanted to make a vlog for about a year now. I'm really inspired by a lot of YouTubers. Honestly, just a lot of people who have the guts to put their opinion out there. Stories and all the things they have to say. And I just think it'd be really awesome to be a part of that. You know, I just want to be someone else that's there for them. Saying it out loud sounds really silly. I don't think it's silly. The Snickers is so good.
But I wanted to talk about, I mean, I kind of did, why I'm doing film and why that got brought back to me. And it is a really great rush when you do finish a movie, when you finish a film of any nature, of any length, of any time. And it's great too, communicating a story. But really, honestly, I think it's the problem solving that is why I love it so much. I love that you have this idea and you go through absolutely every bit of anything to complete it. And it is a painful process. Me just trying to set up this chair and go back to my camera and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. It probably took a good 30, 40 minutes. And you might think not, well, the mud definitely has like some time slowing elements in it. But like, you got to get it right. And like, while I'm standing behind my camera, I'm thinking, okay, well, if I don't like this way that it is now, I know how to color grade. If I don't know how to color grade, I'll get on YouTube. I'll figure it out. I'll zoom in a little bit more. Well, what am I going to do when I'm talking? Will I pick up my coffee? Will I do this? And next thing I knew, it was like on YouTube, I was looking at how to direct a video. I'd never done that before. And I was like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? Like, what is this? Why did I get this for Christmas? Where did this come from? There has never been a time in my life when I was like, you know what? One day I want to make movies. It was like I just woke up one morning, and I think I've talked about this before, and it was there. Speaking of crazy things, see, once again, I'm concerned my camera's not filming. So I was sitting at work, and on the table there was a Vanity Fair magazine, 25th edition, Old Hollywood. And in it, there was a huge collection of movie portraits and behind the scenes, and once again, in a whole nother film mood, portraits, these amazing portraits of these movie stars. And it's a beautiful magazine. I don't know if they can still sell that. I kind of stole it. It was left on the table, and I'd been there for a while. Anyway, I took it, and in it, so my first ever like art thing, it was a chair, Chairs for Hope, of my elementary school. It was in 5th grade, and it was of Wicked. April, no bark! Anywho, so it was of Wicked, and the coffee shop I work for, and now I'm in the 5th grade, bought the chair, and now I'm working there. And in the Vanity Fair magazine, there is an advertisement for the Broadway play, Wicked. The chair I did of Wicked was bought by this coffee shop, which I'm now working at, and Wicked is now an advertisement in a magazine of film, of movies, which I collect because I'm now leaving from work. That was leaving from the coffee shop, which I now work at. That's crazy to me. Like, why am I doing that? And I mean, I really do think it's unknown to me. So just really quick, I don't know if I explained the last bit very well. I thought about it a little bit more. I do know why I want to do directing and why I want to do filmmaking. Ever since I was little, I have been making skits, as in plays, or sharing stories via my camera. I mean, from the time I was in elementary school to now, even with these vlogs, like I've always just been sharing stuff, sharing stories. And they're not very good, and I'm not very good at telling them. But the camera always made it a lot easier for me to kind of get those points across. I mean, through and through. I used to make videos on these little skits with my siblings. I mean, we used to just do it all the time. And there's an actual video of me like being like, guys, we need to get our stuff together. Like, we gotta make this. We have to do this. It has to be good, you know. And I mean, I was really little, like 7, 9, 10. I mean, I even started making skits when I was like actually like Windows Movie Maker, like learning how to edit in probably the 5th or 6th grade. And I don't have access to those videos anymore. They were on an old Acer laptop, and I think the laptop like blipped, and this was way before we knew about like hard drives and stuff, which is sad, but it's you know, it's a really good reminder that memories are important. And when I was younger, I used to make skits with my cousin, and or like little plays out of puppets, and put shows on for my grandma in their sunroom. I remember seeing Super 8, and I was in 7th grade, and they did movie making, and I actually saved up money from my change jar I got a Super 8. Like a Super 8 camera, like as in the movie Super 8. And you know what, I really do think that's where it all started. I do think that that's where the filmmaking took off in my mind, is I was like, I want to do that. I want to be part of that adventure. I want to get into those situations and fix those problems. Not that I want like a extraterrestrial alien, like, you know, on a train, like derailing in front of me as I'm making a movie, and then like having to run from like the Air Force. Like, that would be weird. It'd still be really cool. Like, now I'm thinking about it in my head, I'm like, wait a minute, yeah, I do. I mean, honestly, this is, I believe, where it all started. I guess you fall in love with movies, and you know, your passion, you can't turn it off. But that's my dream. And if I could execute that as much as possible, that'd be amazing. I think that's why it all started. This bad boy right here. I want to do the next adventure.